you want to start weight training at home, I'd recommend buying fixed dumbbells instead of adjustable ones. Now, that's probably not what you'll hear from a lot of people because adjustable dumbbells save space and they often work out cheaper than buying lots of individual pairs. But if your goal is simply to get stronger, healthier, and make weight training a regular part of your week, I think fixed dumbbells make that much easier. And that's because they remove friction. Every time you have to stop to adjust the weight, take collars off, slide plates on or off, and to work out the weight that you want to use next, you're interrupting your training. None of those things seem like a big deal on their own. But when you're short on time, trying to fit your training into a busy day, those little interruptions start to add up, especially if you're training in circuits and moving from one exercise to the next. You finish a set of squats, now you need to change the weight. Then you perform some rows, and you need to change the weight again. Then you do some overhead presses, and it's another change. Before long, you're spending almost as much time adjusting the dumbbells as you are using them. Now, that might not bother someone who's really into equipment. But if you're just trying to build the habit of training consistently, it matters. Because the easier training feels to start, the easier it is to keep doing it. That's one of the reasons I prefer fixed dumbbells. You simply pick them up and get on with training. They're comfortable to hold, they're well balanced, incredibly durable, and they don't ask anything of you between exercises. Now, another reason people choose adjustable dumbbells is because they think they need lots and lots of different weights. In reality, most people don't. One thing I think we've overcomplicated in weight training is progression. People often think they need tiny increases in weight every week. In my experience, that just isn't necessary. Let's say you start bench pressing with a pair of 10-kilo dumbbells. First week, you might manage 8 repetitions. A few weeks later, you can do 10, then 12. Eventually, you might even reach 15 good reps. At that point, you've earned the right to move up to the next pair. Naturally, your repetitions will drop back, maybe 7 or 8 reps, and then you simply repeat the process. That's a simple way for you to get stronger, not by changing the weight every session, but by doing more with the weight you're already using. That's why I don't think you need dozens of pairs of dumbbells. For most people, a small selection is enough. You might use heavier dumbbells for rows and bench presses, lighter ones for overhead presses, and then something in the middle for lunges and goblet squats. Different exercises naturally suit different weights. And because you'll spend weeks, sometimes months, improving with the same pair, you don't need tiny jumps between every weight. Now, there are situations where adjustable dumbbells make perfect sense. If space is really limited, they can be a fantastic option. And there are some very well-made adjustable dumbbells on the market. This isn't about saying whether adjustable dumbbells are good or bad. It's about asking, what makes weight training easier to stick to? I've coached people for years, and one thing I've learned is that making training simpler is key if you want to make it a regular part of your life. And simpler means fewer decisions, less time setting things up, less hassle between exercises, and more time actually training. So if you want to start weight training at home, I suggest you get yourself a small number of fixed dumbbells that you enjoy using every week, instead of adjustable dumbbells that make training start to feel like a chore.